past 2 weeks, there have been multiple great athletic feats at Hilliard Davidson. Much of this success has come from the 4x8 relay teams of the boys and girls track teams and the 200-yard freestyle relay of the boys swimming team. In these two sports that are seemingly all about individual performances, the relay in both track and swimming show the true importance of teamwork. The relay is built around the individualism of the sport, but it calls for the four competitors to work together for a common good. And when all the pieces come together, the relay will reach the highest levels of success. The boys 4x8 caught its stride in the final 2 weeks of the indoor season. They qualified for the states the week before at Otterbein during the Central District Invitational with a time of 8 minutes and 20.32 seconds, placing third overall in the race. Seeded 15th out of the 18 teams competing, the boys dropped major time at the OATCCC Indoor State Championship with a new season best time of 8 minutes and 8.9 seconds. Finishing 11th overall, the boys beat both Granville and Pickerington North, the two teams that beat them at CDI. Adam Hoover also had a strong individual performance in the Open 800. Hoover made the podium in 8th place with the all-time personal best of 1 minute and 59.36 seconds. Hello, my name is Patrick Keck, and welcome to the Davidson Athletics Broadcasting Network. With me today is the Hilliard Davidson boys 4x8. Starting off in the order in which they raced is senior captain Adam Hoover, Max LeClaire, the freshman, junior captain Ian Cook, and the sophomore Nick Dow. So after a disappointing cross-country season where you were behind both Hilliard Darby and Hilliard Bradley, how would you say those disappointments in cross-country kind of fueled this successful indoor season?
So missing states for the third time in history, or program history, is pretty rough. But we came back, recollected, set our goals. Knew coming in that we'd have a strong 4x8. Needed a fourth man, and Dower stepped up, and we trained hard.
So you qualified for the state meet at the Central District Invitational with a time of 8 minutes and 20 seconds. What were the goals for the state meet, and how did the results of CDI impact the strategy?
Well, our goals at the state meet were to place on the podium, which is top 8, and it affected our strategy because we knew at the state meet all the teams would lead with their fastest legs, so we did that by leading with myself to make sure we got up into the pack and had a fighting chance at top 8.
So Nick Dow, at the beginning of the year, you were kind of looking on the outside from the 4x8, and by the end of the year, you were the anchor for the 4x8. What would you say caused this kind of transformation from being that guy on the outside to being a very important part of this team?
I'd say my desire to contribute something meaningful to the team helped this transformation along. It inspired me to work hard, get better, and earn my spot on this relay team. In the end, I'm glad that I was able to help us get to the States, and I'm glad that these guys gave me a chance to run in the first place.
So with the very successful indoor season now behind you, what are the goals for this relay come outdoor?
I think now, knowing that we can run as fast as we did, I think we want to be top 2 in the conference. We want to be able to qualify to state and be top 4 at regional. I think now our goals are higher, so we can be top 8 or all state at the state meet.
The girls 4x8 qualified earlier on in the indoor season with a strong showing at the Mile Split Scholastic Showcase at Spire. The girls placed 4th in the showcase with a time of 9 minutes and 49.73 seconds, which put them at 5th overall in Ohio Division I. The girls had an excellent performance at the OATCCC Indoor State Championship with a huge improvement and excellent placing in the race. The girls placed 2nd overall to Gahanna Lincoln and dropped nearly 20 seconds off the previous season best in a 9:31 showing. India Johnson dominated 3,200 meters with a 10:55, good for first place, and she became the first girl in Hilliard Davidson indoor track history to win an individual event. This is the girls 4x8. Starting off is Amon Patisse. Secondly is Megan Scully. And third would be Jane Anders, and the anchor, India Johnson. Now, for some of you, the 4x8 wasn't the only race that you ran, so how did that impact the effort that you put into the 4x8?
I really don't think that it impacted any of our individual races. Jane and I ran the 3200 and Amon ran the 800. If anything, I think it helped us and it got us amped up for our individual races. Finishing state runner-up was really, really exciting and really got us ready for our next races, and I was really happy and really excited to run the 32 and see what we could do.
So, Coach King changed your strategy throughout the indoor season. How was the strategy determined for this race?
I was supposed to go first because I was expected to get out quickly and get our team in a good position so I could have a clean handoff with Megan. And my target was the Gahanna team, who won states, and the other legs were expected to hold the place and keep us in a good position to finish strong.
Now, with the very successful indoor season behind you, what are the goals for this relay in the spring?
I definitely think that we want to go after the school record time that they set from last year, which was a time of 9:11. And I also think we definitely want to place in the top 3 at state. Last year they were 4th, so that'd be just another thing to go after. And then at regional, top 2 would be even better too.
Hilliard Davidson's boys swimming team was represented by both the 200-yard freestyle relay and the 200-yard medley relay at the OHSAA Division I state meet 2 weekends ago. They qualified for states the prior week at districts in both relays, with the 4th place in the medley relay and placing 5th in the freestyle relay. At states, the boys placed 35th out of 51 scoring teams. The relays were led by Alex Waldron, Brian Long, Keith Seraphy, and Joel Seraphy. The 200 relay placed 12th in 1 minute and 27.98 seconds and became the first Davidson team relay to earn all-state status, while the 200 medley relay placed 17th, 1 spot away from reaching the consolation finals in 1 minute and 37.62 seconds. Senior Alex Waldron competed individually with a 21st placing in the 100-yard backstroke and a 24th placing in the 50-yard free.
Hi, I'm Elijah with senior swimmer here, Alex Waldron. How would you rate your experience at States?
It was definitely a 10. It was an awesome experience and a great way to end the season.
Awesome. What would you say your favorite experience was?
It was just awesome to be there with my teammates and to finish up the season and going to the finals, which was great. So yeah.
I feel it. So are you going to continue your swimming career in college, or?
I am not. This was my last season.
All right. Well, that's all we need to know. Thank you for the time.
Thanks.
Yep.